We are back.
So we just went into an abyss. We went to the other side real quick.
The system sent us.
Apparently, Big Brother didn't like anything that was going on here.
Yeah, they didn't like
and decided to shut us down.
Do it. Wait, no me querían a mí, güey.
Yeah, like it was. Yeah, it's the fact that we have a Mexican here who looks like one of them.
Yeah,
there you go.
A double.
And they didn't like that.
A saboteur.
They didn't like that we have a double agent in the house.
The arrival.
Yes. Folks, sorry about the technical difficulties, but we will continue on. Dre Day, thank you for saving the day.
Thank you very much.
Back on.
What a wizard.
Yeah, honestly.
A tech
Oh,
wizard.
my God.
All right, guys. So what we were talking about, or what we were getting into, was we were talking about robots.
Yes.
We were talking about AI. We were talking about their ability to take over the planet. I think, Olchon, you were saying that you were into AI, but you didn't know that they had the capability of taking over the planet. I think that's where we were.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. So getting back to that, so what I was saying is that as far as technology goes, I think it's advancing at a very quickly rate. So I don't think we're that far away to that point. It all depends if we allow that to cross over.
Absolutely.
So I do believe in it, but if we're not careful enough, I think
it's gonna go Terminator.
It's gonna die.
It's gonna go Terminator.
Super Terminator.
Yeah,
for
seriously.
sure.
And we definitely got to be careful, man, because, with AI, the point is we're creating something that could essentially destroy us and a lot quicker. There seems to be some static. Hold on one second. But yeah,
there it is.
But there is something that going on in Japan right now.
Okay.
And so what happened
Always
is
Japan.
they were working on AI robots. And these were essentially for battle.
Yeah, so they're weaponized autonomous robots.
Right.
And they were in testing. That's essentially what this video is about. But let me just let me just go ahead and show you guys the video. Dre, if we can just clip to that real fast. Let me just show you real quick, and you guys can tell me what you think about it.
At a top robotics company in Japan this week, 4 robots being developed for military applications killed 29 humans in the lab. And they did it by shooting what he called metal bullets. I didn't know there was any other kind.
There's
the
rubber.
scariest part is that lab workers deactivated 2 of the robots, took apart the 3rd. But the 4th robot began restoring itself and somehow connected to an orbiting satellite to download information about how to rebuild itself even more strongly than before.
way.
And this next sentence is a quote. I'm writing this down. I've been doing this for years.
Does not compute.
This is serious shit, Linda. But you're never going to hear about this.
Wow. Call to John.
Okay.
All right, so it got cut off there, but basically what she said is that it's not gonna you're never gonna see it in the mainstream media, right? Like you're just never gonna find that. So, guys, let me just ask you real quick. Let me just go over some real quick facts. First of all, she said that these robots in testing killed 29 scientists. These robots in testing.
Yep.
Right. Then 2 of the robots dismantled the 3rd robot.
Oof.
The 4th robot downloaded via satellite information on how to rebuild itself better than we had built it originally. Those are the facts that they're giving us in this platform just now. And so I wonder, right? I think about it. Us as humans, we are constantly going to technology to have things done for us that make us lazy.
Yeah.
Do we not? I mean, look at something as simple as a car, right?
Yep.
As simple as a car. We just want to get from point A to point B much faster. So we made a car, right? First it started with a horse and carriage, right? Then we turned the horses into a motor. Now cars are driving them fucking selves to get us from point A to point B. Are they not?
Drink in the car.
Absolutely. Right? So these are the things that are happening to us in front of us. Now we're weaponizing robots to fight our battles for us. Drones.
Yep. People are creating algorithms for these robots to be able to shoot more accurately than a human being could ever in existence, of course.
Yeah.
And that's dangerous.
Okay, but I have a question.
Yes.
Sure.
What made the two robots kill the third robot?
That's a good question.
That's the question.
What? Why?
In my opinion, it
So
probably
what was
was
wrong
the,
with the third robot?
it probably was the only one that wasn't killing the scientists
Fast
along
enough.
with them.
Okay.
So I think my concern is at some point, what is the actual robot's database? What
Right.
did they put in these robots?
Sure.
So if you're giving the authority to a robot to distinguish left and right, up and down,
Sure.
that robot can access that information at any point.
Right.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
But if you give it more information, then I'm pretty sure the capacity that any type of artificial robot can hold a lot of information.
Yes.
So what kind of information are you putting into these robots for them to access? So if you're creating something that can go rogue or live on its own, then maybe we shouldn't be uploading information that these things shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, agreed.
Like it had the instructions already. Okay, well,
Yes.
this is
Right.
how you kill.
All it did is just read the instructions and that's it.
No,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
the
sure.
thing about AI is they're trying to create robots that not only have that information that was given to them, but also learn from their surroundings, from their environment, and then use that in the later future. So they're learning as well as whatever is given to them.
Right, but do they know from right and wrong?
Absolutely
That-
not.
That's
No,
the
absolutely
thing.
not. And that's where it comes in. Like, go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
Angel, that's what I was gonna get at. Is AI getting to the point where are they learning on themselves?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
without a
that's-
shadow of a
that's-
doubt. That's
that-
the idea.
Absolutely.
And
There's
that's the
actually
thing.
there's actually even an article or something I saw recently where two AI robots were made to talk to each other.
I saw
Right.
that.
They
Oh,
commented to one another and they had a conversation with each other, and they eventually ended up developing their own language
Yes.
in symbols,
So there you go.
so that they can talk to each other. And nobody knew what the hell they were saying to one another, and we shut them down because it went too far, too fast, and
On
it
their own.
got a little scary.
It wasn't pre-programmed. It was something that they did on their own.
On their own.
developed.
Yeah.
It's they taught them how to. They didn't teach them what to do. They just
Exactly.
taught them how to do it. And by teaching them how to do it, they're developing themselves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's wild to me because you talk about like what algorithms. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. You're a machinist, right? Right. So you operate these machines and you
I
program,
operate them.
right?
I do.
But you tell them what to do,
Yes.
Right.
correct?
I push buttons. I put code.
And they do what you tell them to do based on this
Yes.
code. Now, the codes that they're uploading to these robots, right? They're showing them that, hey, when you see this, fire.
Yes. that's
When
coding.
you see that, fire.
Yes.
Right.
Right? Now, how do you determine, other than physical appearance, how do you determine what needs to be taken out and what needs to be left alone? I don't know that there's a way. Facial recognition on Facebook right now is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Crazy. You ever open an iPhone? Check it out. You can put it. You can make it to where it will literally recognize every face that's
your
that's
phone.
there, and you can make a profile for each one of those persons. You can make a folder for each one and save them on
It'll
there.
already have it ready.
It's
It'll
there.
just say, "Hey, do you want to?" I already.
It'll
did it.
ask
Like,
you,
it'll
"Do you
just-
wanna?" Yeah, yeah, I do.
Yes, I do.
Right? So facial recognition technology is crazy right now.
Right.
So they can program it to say, look, these guys, this list of people right here,
Right.
hostiles, kill. Kill on sight. These lists right here, not so much, apprehend. Right? So you're giving it a list of
commands.
all
They're
you're
commands.
just giving it parameters
Right.
to work within.
Right.
Right? And you're in a way, you're saving lives because you aren't putting you aren't putting boots on the ground, so to speak. You're not putting people in the line of fire in danger. You're putting a machine there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to what degree do we keep using and leaning on these machines to where they're going to eventually decide that they don't want to do that anymore because they've smartened up enough? And
Yeah,
that's
and
the
then-
scary part.
That's the
And it's
danger
like-
of artificial intelligence. These
I guess-
robots could
Run.
eventually get to a point where, like, nah, you know what? You told me that I need to do this, but I don't feel like I want to do this.
Not
I'm gonna
today,
do something.
Yeah,
Satan.
that's
Yeah.
So
Not
firewall.
today.
Firewall.
I guess-
Firewall that
Yeah, there you go. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
Coach on, put a wall for them not to think for themselves.
So that they don't get
Hey,
in here, right?
Slow down, Trump.
hey, do
Slow
that.
it
Hey,
down.
He is
do
white.
that for the
Whoa.
robots.
Trompas.
Hey,
White
for
power.
The robots. Hey, not for culture, not for culture, not for humans. Build a wall for robots.
Hey, man. I mean, what would you say to somebody that just wants a robot to be their neighbor? You know what I mean? Like, expand your horizons, bro. Oh, that's funny.
No, but really,
That's
though,
funny.
you don't want robots to think for themselves. You really don't. What the fuck?
But
Think
in
about
some
it.
cases, you do. Look
Why?
at-
Yeah, but to a certain extent, I mean,
A robot?
No, we kind of do. I mean, look, what was the first one of the first products out in the market?
Rumba.
Yeah, the little thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it knows the commands are.
And there were also
You
theories.
hit a wall, you turn
that,
around.
that
Yeah.
Rumba would just take
I
a
thought it
copy
was-
of your house. Just it would run around and it would like just scan your
Learn.
walls.
Yeah.
Okay, hey,
I-
I'm
Hey,
Donald,
dude,
I'm Donald
sorry.
Trump, and I approve this
no.
message.
China.
No, dude, I
China.
thought it was Small Wonder, the first robot.
Pretty and bright with soft curls. She's a small wonder.
My name is Vicky.
Oh, you sound
Man.
like a little girl, of course.
All right, now I may have been a child at the time, but when I was a kid,
We were all
Vicky
kids,
could
bro.
get it
Smash or
anytime
pass.
she wanted.
Smash or pass.
Anytime
Hey, she was
wanted.
cute though.
That's what I'm saying.
I had a boy crush.
I
on
can
her.
Sí la dobló. Sí
I
la
can
dobló.
say that because I was a child then.
Hey,
all right?
Vicky.
Not now, but then.
No,
Yeah,
You know?
Hey, Vicky Nobo, how about Punky Booster?
Oh,
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
Punky
That
Brewster now,
ass
though.
tight.
Yeah, Punky Brewster
She
now.
had, and she had problems. She cut herself.
Forget
so you know
about
that
Hey,
bitch is a freak.
and she can cut me anytime. Bro.
Hell yeah.
You know she a freak.
Yo,
But
freak.
you know, it's funny that we're talking about this because because with all of this going on with the development of AI in the military for military purposes, there is the second top general of the U.S. warning
Shout out, General.
not to continue with the development of AI for military purposes. There is an article that we pulled up, and it's pretty much telling
to see
him,
this.
like, hey, this is dangerous. We need to fucking
Cool.
stop right now.
To add to that, I saw an article yesterday where in Dubai the cops are giving these hover bikes. They're on hover bikes now.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh,
Good
wow.
to really?
That's pretty
insane.
cool.
Judge
Back to the
Dredd
Future.
type shit, huh?
Yeah.
See,
It
that's
is, right?
That's okay.
No, it is okay, but I'm just saying. I was just it just adds on to what I was mentioning earlier that technology is just going too fast. It's advancing
Sure.
way too
It's,
fast.
Sure.
It is. It's
Yeah,
going
it is.
really, really
Especially
fast.
now.
And
Yeah.
I think that's what along the lines of like what this general is. I think he's on Weto's side. He's like, we shouldn't allow these robots the ability to
Think for
determine who decides to live. That's what he's
Exactly.
saying. We
Right.
should only human beings should have the ability. And this is the clip right here.
Hi, this is Ed. Welcome
and
to
just check this out real
Esoteric
quick.
Detective again. Just came across this, which was quite strange, and thought I'd comment on it here.
Okay.
So here we have an interesting bit of news, and this is where a general is warning. This is one of the top US generals warning against the idea of sentient killing war machines, i.e. robots, that could be turned on humans. He's stating that it's very unwise to do that, that is create these robots with a, in essence, an advanced AI. So before we go into this, why is that a bad idea? Well, as I talked on my other channel, The Outer Light, a few days ago now, maybe a week ago, I think, if you have a sentient AI, something that can learn for itself, then it's only limited by its computing power. And remember, we're on the verge of quantum computers. So when you tie in quantum computing with AI, and if it's sentient, it will be vastly more, intelligent than a human being. Vastly more.
And see,
human
okay,
being.
so
Yes.
what he's saying is that, yeah, if we grant the ability for these robots to do that, it will be advancedly more intelligent and advancedly more intelligent than a human being.
Exponentially
what
more intelligent than we ever will be.
They give an example. Let's just say you're a general in a war, right? So you have the people around you helping you decide a battle plan, right? Which could take, a couple hours to 2 days to think of and then execute, right? For these robots, they would be able to do that in a nanosecond.
Seconds.
And then if they decide to turn on us,
They'll do it
they'll do it like that
in
in
seconds.
a fucking second.
Also,
They'll be able to think about a plan of what's the best way to get rid of us, and then they would do it.
Is there any research that any of you guys know that what is the actual root cause for any type of robot artificial intelligence to turn against?
If they consider us a cancer,
Yeah, if they consider
Yeah.
us a
but
threat,
how do they determine that?
Or actually,
Well-
you consider us a virus.
A threat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A threat.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So essentially, we're giving them the idea or the parameters, right, of what a threat is,
But
right?
why would they go over the parameters?
No, well, that's
I'm
the thing.
still asking. That's just me.
And that's the thing.
Playing
That's the
devil's
thing.
advocate.
It's like
Yeah.
they aren't going over the parameters. They have these parameters of what is a threat, and then one day something could from their environment could introduce itself, right? And then that would cause them to say, "Oh, well, then maybe human beings are a threat."
Well, here's the thing.
then
Let me
that's
just
it.
let me interject on that on what you're saying is that see the algorithm or the parameters that are being set are with certain people in mind, right? So if it's our government, then they have certain countries on their mind that they would like to unleash havoc on, correct?
All right.
But the robots or the artificial intelligence at some point is going to realize that what we should all realize as humans is that we're not so different,
Yeah, true.
no matter what part of the planet we're on.
Check it out. Check this out. So the author Isaac Asimov, right? Shout out. He wrote these what they call 3 laws of robotics.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
And the first law reads: a robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human to come to harm. Law number 2: a robot must obey orders given to it by human beings except where such orders would conflict with the first law. Third law is a robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second law.
Interesting.
That sounds like iRobot.
It-
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's
actually,
iRobot.
yeah. That's where they got that particular idea. So essentially, it means that these, but that's not to say that every robot that's ever created is going to be imbued with these
These
ideas.
laws.
Things are gonna
laws.
break, man.
And
Things are gonna
that's
bust up. We
That's
just
another thing. These robots are still being created by human beings. So human beings still make mistakes, and
Right.
there could be one robot out of the bunch that was built incorrectly. There's an error in the code,
Rather
whatever,
programmed
or
incorrectly.
yeah, programmed incorrectly.
Program all fucked
Now,
Yeah, the program was given wrong, and then it'll fucking snap. And then it could find out a way, especially if it has artificial intelligence, it could find out a way to pretty much tell the other robots
To shoot
to
lasers.
join me in this somehow with programming. It could be. This is just an example.
Yep.
But that, and then that could start, the
There's
whole
actually a
destruction
scene-
of human beings.
There's actually a scene in Solo, if anybody's seen
I
Solo.
haven't.
Yeah, shocker.
There's a scene where one of the droids liberates the other
bunch of other
droids.
droids?
Yeah,
Yeah,
a bunch
yeah,
of
yeah.
other droids, and I find that scene hilarious. But also, kind of right now in this moment, I'm like,
Kinda
oh,
makes
that's not hilarious at all. Like that.
Hell yeah.
That's where we're going, and that might happen. And one day they're just gonna get up and turn around, and everything that's in your household that you bought because your
Just gonna
lazy
start
ass
shooting
doesn't
shit
want
at
is just
you.
gonna start shooting things at
My
you.
house especially.
Like think about the Jetsons, right? Like what was that robot's name?
Rosie.
Rosie. Thank you. Like Rosie just one day is gonna turn on you and be like,
gonna-
"Fuck you, George."
Fuck you, George. Murder.
Hey, unless you shut all the power out.
I don't know,
they
man.
got
You're
batteries.
putting all your power. Everything's battery right now.
They're
Damn you,
self-powered, man.
I also believe, bro, one day, honestly, one
Solar.
day- no, seriously, one day, this whole AI shit's going over crazy.
Uh,
It's all gonna shut out.
Like it's not
completely.
gonna exist.
In-
or what?
what would happen if the internet just totally
Just died? If like just the internet
Like,
or all
like total
all power?
doom.
All power.
ooh,
Because that could
man.
definitely happen. That is a
I
possibility.
believe that's gonna happen in our lifetime.
You mean like the whole grid shutting down on us?
Yeah. So everything
at
shutting
least for a
down.
couple seconds?
It could be because
An
of
hour.
it could be because of a solar flare. If a solar
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
if a solar flare hits the Earth, then that's definitely a possibility, and we'll go back into the dark ages.
And we could fry too.
And people will
Oh,
go
yeah.
insane.
We
People-
dying, son.
Well, that's the thing. We have the atmosphere to kind of protect us, but if the solar flare is powerful enough,
breached,
it'll
yeah.
just fuck us
Yeah.
all up. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll all die.
And we finna fry, cuz.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
finna fry.
But at most, or at least, solar flare hits the Earth, power outages around the world. People go nuts. People
they do.
resort to
Panic.
fucking murder, steal, whatever.
Oh, here's a
Yeah.
question.
Panic.
We actually have a question right now.
Oh, okay.
Patty asked, can you create AI without cognitive intelligence?
Well, yeah, we have them. I think we have them now. We have phones.
We have all kinds of things that can do that, right?
Hey,
like
Siri.
so many things. Right?
Oh, yeah,
there you go.
Siri,
Yeah,
yes.
it is limited, but yes.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Break it down.
Echo.
Absolutely.
Hey, Alexa.
Yeah, Alexa,
Stop my red
freaking.
tube.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
yeah,
Google.
that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Google.
Hey,
Yeah.
Google.
Okay,
Hey,
Google.
hey,
Okay,
Google.
Google.
Google
Hey.
Translate.
Google.
Or what if you could
Translate.
reprogram it and be like, "Hey, bitch." Just like,
Hey,
My-
Google.
hey, my-
search for
Yes,
poo
Daddy.
knife.
My
think you
Siri calls me daddy. I don't care.
yeah, that's what
Judge
I'm saying.
me.
Yes,
Judge
Daddy.
me.
Can we hear it?
Yeah.
Can we
And
hear
it's
it?
connected
kinda
to a
wanna hear
sex
it.
robot.
Yeah.
But
Nah.
yeah, dude, on a serious note, though, I really feel that AI will never take us over. You know why?
What's up?
Why
At the
is
end of the day, we can always pull the plug.
Doubtful. Nah, see, that's
Like
why.
your plug?
Yeah, see, that's where I think you're wrong.
No?
A sex robot can pull your plug.
Oh my god.
Oh, we have a call from Widow's sex robot.
Oh, my God.
You fucking asshole. How could you say that?
Why would you?
Wet out, come
She's right here.
home.
Listen.
Make me do more.
That's already Widow's life.
Well, I'm so lonely.
Damn, just imagine. Hey, it's already hard to satisfy a regular girl. Imagine an AI girl.
The beauty is that
I
you
just
can.
find it funny that
Why haven't you text?
why haven't you called? You went offline 5 minutes ago.
There you go.
Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
What do you-
Where are you?
what do you mean?
Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde estás?
I told you, Google Translate. Google Translate.
Oh wow.
I'm linked to your
See-
GPS.
You are
I
not
see
driving
where you
home.
are, asshole.
Don't go to McDonald's. Don't go.
See, I'm just scared. You know what? I would never have a fucking sex robot because I'm just scared that
Why?
one day.
Why?
What if it
Hold on,
does
why?
fucking malfunction?
Yeah.
It malfunctions and then
Oh,
clamp
shit,
on
it'll
my
rape you?
Yeah, no. Dude, it'll rape.
It's set on reverse.
Fucking
Yeah, fool. Oh, come over here, Jason.
come over here, bitch.
That's not
Just
compute.
mid stride, Jason's pumping away. Oh, get over here, Jason.
That's bad. That is bad. That shouldn't happen.
But back to your point of pulling the plug,
Yes,
right?
pulling
Before we
the
got
plug.
on to robot butt plugs.
You know, my God.
Why don't
back,
just pull the plug?
back to your point over
Pulling
there.
plugs.
I mean, we're getting to a point in technology right now, though, where we're having everything run like on like he said, on batteries. Everything is solar powered. We're doing so many things where things can run self-sufficiently,
Right.
and it's just it's hard to imagine that we can go hit the kill switch on all things at one time.
But we have to, though, right? As
Can
like-
we?
No, I'm sure the government has to have
How?
something to just be like, has to,
I mean,
bro.
EMPs. I mean, you could drop an EMP
Dolphins.
and an EMP
Man,
will cut
I
off
mean-
all
Okay.
communications, but
True.
only
Tripping.
temporarily.
Look. Put it to you this way. The government was shut down for like how long? For
30
a good while.
days?
It's
30
barely,
days.
30 days.
it's barely opening up again. What makes you
70
think it'll
days.
have something to just and then the end of all robots? I don't know if that's possible. Maybe in the future, but as of right now, I don't think that's a possibility.
Okay.
But I mean, it could be. It could be that they have some sort of synchronized, weapon, last ditch effort, I guess.
Sure.
Short of fucking like
Sure.
blowing us all up.
You have a
Just turn
fuck
the-
it button.
Yeah, the
Fuck
fuck it button.
Robots building robots, bro.
Airstrike.
Nah, man. But all I know is, look, we definitely got to be careful with this stuff because, yeah, Skynet, the whole Skynet thing is definitely a possibility.
Possibility, yes.
It is a possibility.
And we like possibilities on this show.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we definitely like possibilities. Okay. So, you know what? As far as robots go, that's fucking great. But if I die,
Right.
I want there to be another world. I want there. Do you believe in like heaven or hell?
Yeah, that's a whole different
Yeah.
conversation, but yes,
Yeah.
I
Do
do.
you
Whole
believe in
different
heaven
thing.
and
Yeah, I
hell?
absolutely
So
do.
when you die, there's something out after all.
There
of
has to
this.
be something else.
Okay. So we do have a segment.
Faith.
It's called faith.
It's called
No,
faith.
it's called
Faith
J
circle.
or Nay. And I have essentially what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys a couple of videos.
Uh-oh.
And I'm gonna show you guys a couple of videos, and you're gonna tell me whether you believe it's real or not. Now, growing up, we all had toys, right?
Oh yeah, kids don't have toys nowadays, right?
Actually,
no.
I have quite a collection of toys.
It's a
as an
sad
adult
life if
as
you don't
well.
have fucking toys as a kid.
Hey, hand down, but yes, I had toys.
Yes.
But these videos that I'm gonna show you are about fucking dolls.
About fucking dolls?
About fucking dolls.
No, so sex robots.
NSFW, ladies and gentlemen.
Sex robots it is.
Okay.
That
Let's
movie's
check it out.
very scary.
So yeah, you're gonna tell me whether you think these dolls have something wrong with them, if they're possessed, or it's called J or nay. All right.
Can I just say something? I
Yeah.
said it before and I said it again. I think I'd rather get my ass kicked by 10 guys than come across a ghost. I have
really?
Yeah, that's just me.
Okay.
That's just me, dude.
All right, if you
Drake-
have 10
Drake,
guys,
can you-
there's 10
can you
guys
cue
out
that
there.
thing?
That's a pretty good
What
movie.
about a toy?
All right, let's check it out.
Dre, do you think you can cue
What about-
the J or nay theme?
What about 10 gays?
Oh, that's just a party.
That's just party. That's just the party.
Saturday night.
Don't threaten me with a good
That's
time.
just a good time.
All right, this segment's called J or nay.
Okay.
Is it ghosts? Or is it fucking assholes? J or nay?
Thank you, Pepper.
Thank you, Pep.
Thanks, Vicky.
Shout out to Pepper.
All right, so-
Rushmore podcast.
It's a hot pepper.
Here's the first video.
So, what happens when you combine both fears into one creepy haunted doll?
Oh, shit.
Well, you get Clyde the Clown.
Churro.
A man received this 35-year-old Clyde
Same
the Clown
size.
doll as a gift from friends. Supposedly, the creepy doll has a history of strange, unexplained activity,
Sorry, babe.
like moving on its own, or sometimes
Hobo
being
clown.
mysteriously found in a different location than it was originally left.
Another one.
Just like
One
Churro.
late night, the man sets up a camera to monitor the doll. Recorded at 3:08 a.m.
Fuck this guy.
This is what he caught on tape.
So this is at 3:08 a.m.
Okay.
For those of you just watching, he's sitting on the chair, and the doll is just right now. He's just standing still. But there is a little text on the screen that says "Watch his head." So let's look at his head and see what happens. So it's just standing still, and this is at 3:08 in the end. I'm not too sure why he has his light on. Maybe he doesn't have night vision on the fucking camera.
Might be a cheap camera. but
Yeah, it might be a
that
cheap
makes sense.
camera. But
I'd rather it be
so
well lit.
and then if you're looking at the head, it seems to be moving a little bit. It seems like the eyes are facing the camera a little bit more.
Okay.
It moved very, very slowly, but right now what it's going to do, it's going to show you this at, I believe, 3 times the speed. So check this out.
Okay.
So
It
just
already
Are
keeps
you
going,
sure
keeps
it's
going.
playing?
No, yeah, it's
Oh,
playing.
oh,
Look,
oh,
see,
oh.
so you see the head moving back
Yeah.
down.
The
It's
doll
ever
seems
so
to be
slightly.
moving its head. The footage looks even creepier when sped up to 3 times normal speed.
So that's what's going on right there. His head is, it looks like it's moving. Now, there could be something attached to the back.
So,
I
Strings.
thought about
Is
that
this a haunted doll
possibility.
caught on tape? Let me know what you think down in the comments.
Okay.
I'll let you know exactly.
So yeah.
Done.
So it could be that something is attached to the head.
Right.
A string. Now, I thought about that. I don't see a shadow or any, like, if somebody was behind the couch, they would have to be perfectly still in order for the light not to catch, some sort of shadow on the floor or in the background.
And move slowly
and-
enough within that time frame to just be like, quick.
Yeah,
beep,
exactly.
beep, beep,
Exactly.
beep, beep.
So I'm not sure about the possibility of somebody being behind the couch. Now, if they had a string attached to the doll's head
Right.
and then behind those doors they were slowly pushing it, it could have been that. But as far as we know, there were no strings attached, as far as we know. So,
Just like-
Cochon, what do you think, man?
So are we deciding here whether is this real or not?
Yeah.
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 You
So-
gotta tell us right now whether you believe that this is a J or a nay.
I'm gonna say J, and let me tell you why.
Okay.
Let me tell you why I'm gonna say J.
man.
Because it's movement. It's not something like you mentioned before. No strings. We don't say any of that.
Right.
But at the same time, when it's something, when there's human cause behind something like this,
Right.
there's always that lag where humans can't naturally move directly straight or very fine or very tuned in. So what I'm trying to say is, it doesn't seem like it's attached to anything or any type of string. So I kind of believe it, to tell you the truth. I'm not gonna question it more than
That's
that.
a good solid answer
right.
right there.
Good,
Okay,
good, good.
cool. Güero. Do you what do you say, man? Jay or nay?
Is that your sex robot?
Esta madre. Güey, esta madre es nay. Super nay, güey.
Super
no,
nay?
mames.
Super
What's your thought?
nay.
Super
What's your
nay.
thought?
Another
Mira,
one.
En primer lugar, look at the couch.
All right.
All right.
Uh-huh.
It's all fucked up, old. You got some tile.
Another one.
Gente pobre.
Plebería.
Este es un muñeco.
Hey,
Un
man.
muñeco bien
Hey,
pobre.
what you got against my parents' house, dog? What's up?
My mom would object to
Like,
that, dog.
these niggas
Full
are trying to
disclosure.
come up with some money, fool.
Full
They just
Trying to get
disclosure.
likes.
agarraron cualquier pinche mona de afuera, lo ponieron ahí, and that's it, fool. The little face just moved.
For our
But how?
non,
How? It just moved, dick, and they just.
I can
Con el viento.
I can
Con el
provide
viento.
sort of like
There's
a.
no.
hold on.
Okay, go
For,
for it.
for,
Really,
for our
bro.
non-Spanish speaking
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
listeners,
Oh, want me to say it again, Angel?
Güero,
I'll
thinks that this
rephrase
is
it in English. So
complete
what I'm
bullshit.
trying to say,
Long story short, this is bullshit.
it is bullshit. It's a fucked up couch, a fucked up doll.
All right.
No, I don't believe it.
So we got one Jay, one nay.
Jimmy, provide us some
Jimmy,
insight.
what do you think?
That's gonna be a hard nay for me.
All right,
Oh,
let's
hard
see.
nay.
Tell us why,
Hard.
son.
Because look, they just plopped that hobo down.
Hobo.
Right?
All right.
And with just time and temperature, that thing is filled with just regular ass cotton. It just because all right,
It'll
check it out.
eventually
'Cause,
sag.
yeah, it just sagged
Yeah,
with the
exactly.
time. It just went.
It just
No,
decompressed.
But
Yeah, it
then
just-
how does it? So it explains moving up,
Yeah,
nah,
like just
it didn't move up
slouching
though.
back. Like
No,
it just.
senor.
like the head.
But
moved.
it just.
Then how do you explain it going back down?
No.
With time, With time and like that.
No.
there's a
It
light
went
right
down. The motion was down. In
motion
slow
was
motion,
down.
it was
It
down.
just went down and it just
Everything was
rewind.
down.
Yeah.
Watch.
Yeah.
Let's
The
watch
motion
it.
was down.
fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here
Look,
with that
watch.
noise, son.
I call
Huh?
that
Fuck
humility.
out of here. Fuck out of here with that shit.
So,
this weak stuff out of here.
Thank you,
so
Matumbo.
it's moving. It's moving.
Tell us what you guys think. 323-743-3731.
Yeah. Give us a call. Let us know what you think.
There he goes.
So it's moving right there, and that could be with.
It's moving up.
It's moving up. Yeah.
See?
You see that?
So they hit
Still,
rewind on this bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
Ding, ding, ding.
So what you're saying is that they edited it so well
Maybe.
that they hit rewind on
It could be. It could be. It definitely could be.
it. Look,
So I got
this
a
is
nay
the
for
hold
both
on.
of you.
No, this is the issue that I have with a lot of these things is the fact that you're putting it there. It's the fact that you set up your camera and you put this thing there for it to happen. So I get
Yeah, I
bothered
get
with
it.
things like this. It seems to
Well,
me like it was, had it been like a random shot of something, like we've seen stuff fly off the shelf randomly. Things like that I can get into. But this right here where you plopped it down and you did it yourself, my man, I feel like this is a fabrication.
And I could explain that because look,
Tell me.
whenever somebody notices that something is going on in their house, if somebody feels like something is going on in their house, and they want some evidence, then yeah, they're gonna record it. They're gonna try to record. They're gonna put a camera down and saying, okay, shit is happening right here. I'm gonna put a camera. And I'm going to try to capture whatever the fuck it's going on. That's why this is taking place at 3:08 a.m. Apparently.
Okay, I see
You
your
know what I
point.
mean?
All right.
The witching hour.
Yeah.
Venom.
That's a good point, too. But yeah.
All right.
So
I
they're
want this to
they're
happen
trying,
at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday.
and it could happen at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. All I'm saying is like,
I'm gonna be with Jimmy and I'm gonna still say nay though.
all right.
All right. So you
There's not
got
enough
two.
evidence for me.
You's got 2 out of 5.
Bunch of
All right.
vatos.
You don't want to know what Dre thinks because we all know what Dre
Nah, yeah,
thinks.
Jay,
white folks. And
Let's
then
not
there are
waste our
ignorant
time
motherfuckers like you.
with
Hey.
Dre's opinion because we already know what he's gonna tell
Who
you.
has a Samsung charger?
Nobody.
Okay.
You done.
Excuse
son.
me, a what, pobre?
Órale.
Oh yeah, we straight iPhones
sorry,
in this
ladies and
bitch. Hey.
¿Ves? Hablando
Okay.
de la pobreza, ¿ves?
All right. So in this next video, it's these 2 little girls, right? And
Oh,
they're-
shit.
They're Drake can't be around that shit.
Red
Damn,
R.
burn,
Kelly, where you at?
burn.
No, but there's these 2 little girls and they're
'Cause
doing
tonight, baby.
cup stack challenge, right? So
Right.
one of them's trying to like do the little cup stack thing.
2
And then
girls, 1 cup.
in the back. Yeah, exactly. 2 girls, 1. No, multiple cups actually.
Yeah.
But in the background, you're gonna see something, and let me know what you guys think. All right.
Cool. Did you bring condoms? Let me know what you think down in the comments.
That's what I said.
Curious doll. Some kids are filming their sister do a cup stacking challenge. But little do they know, they've got the attention of something else on the shelf behind them.
So, for those of you that are just listening, what's happening is in the background there's a shelf behind the girls doing the cup stack challenge, and then it seems from the shelf a doll sits up,
Something
all
I
by
can't
itself. That's what it seems like that's happening, and it. Okay. All right. What the fuck? Okay.
I don't know, man. That was
I like how this chick is like not impressed by
This
those
is one of
cups
those
stacking at
YouTube
all.
creepy doll videos that's
Like, fuck
particularly
yeah.
interesting.
I like the one on the right.
Wait, what?
Wait,
That's
what?
25 to
Trying to
life.
play it off, right?
25 to
We're not
life.
picking up.
Hey, I got my left and right, right?
Yeah. Now you got it right this time. Apparently, we've had an issue with that all day today. Let me just say this, ladies and gentlemen. I've had an issue with a couple people today, and I actually have this issue at home.
What's going on?
Where, certain individuals, when choosing left or right, have to really stop and think whether they're left or right.
You're right.
And it's
You're
happened a couple times today.
Actually,
and
on the
it's
show.
getting kind of fucking weird.
I'm sorry, bro.
Because I don't ever have that issue. It does not happen to me.
Wait,
It's like, hey, I know my left and I know my right. It's on your left.
It's either up or right.
I just wanted to point out we've had that issue multiple times today.
Yeah, that's
multiple
true.
times today.
I had to think about it, like while I was calling out Angel. Damn, I even forgot your name.
Exactly.
Hey, President.
The crotch down where your nuts hang.
Is that what we're talking about?
No.
Oh man, yeah, I'm having a hard time deciding whether I'm on the left or the right side of
So
the aisle.
anyway,
I guess.
the girl on the right.
Okay.
All right. Okay. All right.
But what about the video itself? So
Okay,
Yes,
so
go back to
yeah.
the doll.
So
Whatever.
let's watch that again, just so you could guys
Okay.
take a better look at this and see exactly what's going on. This is in regular motion.
That's exactly what it's like when my penis gets hard.
Little do
what
they
it
know,
looks
just
like.
slow and
That's
labored,
it.
slow, on the shelf behind
lethargic.
them.
It takes a lot of energy.
I mean, at this age.
Ya desperté. Ya llegó la sangre.
Como un globo. Como un globo.
Like
Thanos?
Como un
Like
globo.
Thanos?
Like a fucking.
Just like a balloon, you gotta blow it.
I'm sorry, little one.
And this doll. Okay, and the thing about this doll is like, look at it. So there it is, closed up.
I don't want to look at it.
So it just lifts up.
Se
Alright.
le paró.
Now,
Paro.
let me explain something about
Explain to me.
most dolls that have like some sort of like paranormal activity attached to them. Usually, from the stories that we read and whatnot, they are old. They have like some sort of tragic history associated with them, or they are possessed or
Right.
whatever from a spirit long fucking time ago.
Fucking Toy Story.
This doll is just a regular fucking Toy Story doll. The cowgirl. What's her name?
Jessie.
Jessie.
Oh, that's
yeah.
who it is.
Yeah, that's who it is. That was
Oh,
the
that's the
doll.
doll?
Shut
That's
the
doll that
fuck
lifted-
up. It is?
Yeah, that's the doll that lifted up right now.
It doesn't look like it.
It didn't.
No.
That's crazy.
I thought.
Parece juguete de pobre.
Let's get the close up. Let's
Oh,
get the close
the
up.
fact that it's that doll now, I know this video is bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not digging this one.
Me neither.
No.
They've got
It's
the
coming
attention of
out right
something else
before
on
the
shelf
premiere of
behind
Toy
them.
Story 4. Yeah, nope. I'm out.
That doll right there looks like a fucking duck. Mira. Mira la cabecita, güey.
No, I could see the Jessie. You see the white
Where?
shirt.
I mean, you can see now.
I guess I
what
can
kind
But
of
why
dog
is
it
it
I can see
evenly
red.
spaced? It's
Right.
not near anything.
To me, there's
Why is it
there's
on
a
that
lot of
shelf to
room
begin
there.
with?
There's a lot of room there to make this.
I don't
video
know. It
bullshit.
seems like there's a lot of other toys on
and
the
it's
shelf.
blurry and it's far.
Yeah.
I could pull a string from the
Yeah,
fucking-
right?
from the kitchen, dog.
Wait. Does this bitch look back
Now, this is one of those
What?
She's in on it.
Look at this page right here.
I'm telling you.
I-
A ver.
Watch the close up.
She's like, hey, Mom, did you pull it?
You got a friend in
Did you
me.
pull it, man?
Mom, did you pull the string?
You got a friend in me.
Caitlin, shut up.
Hurry
Did you do it,
A ver.
Mom?
Look ahead in your mouth.
It's gonna happen right now. The closest is gonna happen. There goes the closest.
A ver.
Does she look
Una
at it?
perra, una perra. A ver.
The girl on the right, the blonde with the stick.
There you go, Drake.
This shit
There
is
you go,
over,
Drake.
son.
That's it.
She's
Wait.
not looking back. She's
Shut
looking
down.
to the
Nah,
side.
Down,
that
let's
shit's
call it a
fake.
day,
That's
folks.
it. She was making sure that shit went up.
This shit is over, son. Over.
Today was a good day.
Drake got it.
All right, just to have the record straight, she wasn't looking back. She was looking to the side, but
yeah.
it does look like it.
What the
No,
fuck?
no,
She
no,
wasn't
no.
looking back.
She
No,
was-
no, no.
Show it again, bro.
But
No, no, show it
Ladies
again.
and gentlemen,
No, hold on.
ladies and gentlemen,
again.
this video is unanimously being made, and Jason doesn't like it.
Hold up.
Show it again, bro.
The action is happening below eye level, right? Just below. Everything's happening below eye level.
Below eye level.
Look how she's
Below
looking up
eye
into the
level.
back.
She has no ability to see right behind
No,
her.
no, no,
Yeah,
no,
right.
no,
But
no,
no,
no.
but she look at her.
It's
She's
a
like
nervous-
Somebody else that's doing it.
It's that nervous twitch. She
It does
wants
look like she's
nothing
looking
more
away.
Guilty eyes.
than she wants to look behind her and above her.
Mira, güey. Mira, güey.
She thinks she's disciplined.
Mira,
She
güey.
thinks
But
she's
she's
cute.
not.
She thinks she's being
She's
fucking
gonna give it
cute.
away right
Yeah.
now.
Los ojos, güey. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's over, son. Oh, this shit is over,
got a
guys.
friend in me.
Over dramatic haunted doll caught on tape style
Front to the
video.
back and to the left.
The children
Front
seem
Some of
to
them
be
friends
unaware
might be a
of what's
little bit
going on
smarter than
behind
I
them.
am.
No,
The
Big
person
and
who
smarter
uploaded the video
too,
claims the creepy doll.
baby. None of them could ever
Okay.
love you the
Okay,
way
okay.
I do.
Wow.
That bitch
The
killed it.
shit is bullshit.
I really like
Hey.
this episode.
If it wasn't for that bitch,
I told you, fool. I told you, fool.
All right,
told
all
you.
right.
All right,
So
Da.
this next and
She thought
last,
she was cute, man.
this next and last doll video that I have.
Before
Oh,
you
you got
go
one
into
more.
it, before you go into
yeah,
it,
yeah,
before you go into it, I have the full disclaimer.
Yeah.
I used to go to my aunt's house, Tia Rosa.
Shout
For any of my family that's listening, I
Shout
hope
out to
she's
Tia
not
Rosa.
listening.
Shout out Tia Rosa.
My Tia Rosa used to have porcelain dolls
Puta madre.
in her entire living room, like in
Yeah.
her bedroom,
Yeah.
and
All over the
what-
fucking place.
She would. There's no like. She lived in an apartment, and she
Okay.
had shelves installed so that she can display these porcelain dolls.
Pero
I
por
think that was
qué?
a thing back then.
And they were the kind of
Yeah,
dolls.
yeah, there was a
They
lot
were
of
the kind of dolls that on the eyelids like had weight. So like when you
Yeah,
tilted them
you
back,
shifted.
they're closed
They close.
eyes.
Oh, those are creepy.
And when you
Fuck those
stood them
dolls.
up, right? Like so, it was weird.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, there was always one that was just extra creepy. Like I felt would follow me and look at me like while I'm in. It didn't matter where I was. I always felt like the bitch was looking at me, bro.
Hey, how about Santeria? They actually they had these dolls with like they're supposed to be different saints and stuff.
Oh, wow.
So you
Is
have
that
these
right?
dolls dressed
Yeah,
up.
see, that's
Yeah?
scary, man.
Did they
Yeah.
get naked?
I mean,
talking-
if you
It
got them
depends
naked.
on the saint.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
All
like that.
about
dog.
Hey, I don't practice Santeria.
You got
Yeah,
two
you got
I
crystal
ain't got no
balls.
crystal
I
ball.
got a crystal ball.
File.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right, all right,
Yeah.
all right.
My balls.
Nah, yeah. You know what? My brother told me that when we were little and we lived in the
Nigga,
apartment-
when were you little?
No. Sorry. When I was
Man,
younger.
man.
When I was younger. When I was younger.
Where's the schoolero way?
You guys remember that cute picture of Jason when he was a little kid?
Oh,
Shout out to that picture.
Yeah.
It was mad
The
fucking
shit,
cute.
bruh.
Was it with lasers in the back, right? Like, it was one of those third grade pictures?
That's when he was little.
When I was younger, you fucking assholes.
No, little.
So you were saying.
Littler.
All right. Go ahead with your big ass. Go ahead.
Well, my brother would tell me that because according to my parents, that apartment was haunted. All right.
Okay.
And so my brother told me because he's 4 years older than me, so he remembers more than I only lived there until I was like 5 or some shit like that. But he would tell me that at night he had those little GI Joes.
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah.
GI Joes, American heroes,
Yeah,
and
How?
that those would fucking move, like the shadows
Fuck
of the little
that.
toys would move at night. That's what he would tell me.
Whoa.
And he seen like a pair of glowing red eyes, but yeah, that in regards to the toys, they would move by themselves at night.
Damn.
Puro pedo, güey.
AI, fool.
AI shit.
You mean GI?
It was just It was just the word.
AIGI.
It was just the word I.
No, wait.
That's cute.
Hey, fool.
That's adorable.
They were like
Hey,
they were like buff.
You
buff
did say
men.
your brother was 4 years older than you, right?
Yeah, he's 4 years
So
old.
ese cabrón se puso pedo, güey.
Ese güey nomás.
Tenía como 8, güey.
Got a friend in you.
Let me ask you. You're an older brother. How many
Yep.
lies did you tell your younger brothers all the time?
Fuck.
How about you? You're an older brother. How many
Fuck.
lies did you tell them?
I'm the oldest, sorry.
That's why you're the older. How many lies did you tell your younger brothers?
Many.
Too many.
Many, bro.
How about you? What? In what
I
line
got
are you,
told
sibling?
lies. Oh, I was.
You're the
shat
baby?
on,
Oh, yeah, they shat on you a lot.
Good times. Shout out, guys.
Hey, guys, I fell right in the middle. I got shat on and then shat.
On,
Shout
to
out.
But that's
yours.
the way it goes.
That's,
You
that's a
just
chain of
tell-
command.
Yeah,
right there.
just the
You got
chain of
shat
command.
in and shot
Mine were
on.
digested.
Sorry.
But yeah, fool, Jason, they
Human
weren't
centipede.
shadows. He was just drunk and he saw
Human
the G.I.
centipede.
Joe and they were moving.
He was like 8.
At 9? He's 9
He
years
was like
old?
8 or 9. What the fuck?
the fucking G.I. Joe's
Hey, hey, you guys want to go to the playground?
The guy is drunk. And there he goes.
Fucking widow, man.
No, but
All right.
okay. So this next video right here.
Let's get serious.
So the mom wants to give her kid a little present. So
Okay.
she gives her a new doll.
Morphine.
She gives her a new doll. Oh, mira qué lindo. And fucking
Get cute.
in the background is the old
NyQuil.
doll on. It's the old
NyQuil.
¿Quieres NyQuil, mija?
Sleepy time. La, la, la.
Pobre niña.
Mija, tienes sueño. ¿Quieres tener?
And in the background, while she's opening up the new doll,
Uh-huh.
there's the old doll in the background on a dresser on a little fucking a little shelf, and it seems like the old doll is jealous or mad. So
What's
let
up
me-
with all
Okay.
these? What's up with all these fucking Toy Stories that you're bringing
I know.
up?
Hey
right
man,
Yeah,
today
man.
is doll themed. Man. That's why
You're
La
like
gente,
getting
güey, la
Woody.
gente.
Woody's getting mad
Baby,
right now.
be-
I don't give a fuck about what he fuck.
Woody.
Plebe Radio.
All right, so here we
Jealous
go.
doll.
Let me know what you guys think.
I'll tell you, fool.
A woman is recording her daughter playing with a new doll. Behind her, one of the child's other dolls can be seen sitting on the countertop.
Hell no.
Now watch the creepy doll sitting on the countertop next to the girl.
What
Paying
of
special
fucking doll
attention
is
to
that
the
anyway?
doll's hand.
No, that shit looks
Candle
creepy.
living
though.
dead
Dead dolls. Shout out.
Hi, baby.
Exactly.
You like your new toy?
No, mom.
What's his name?
What were you thinking? Shopping at Hot Topic for me.
Right?
Lovable. Sure his name isn't like
And look at
Fred
the doll
or
in the
Henry?
background.
Mames, güey, estamos viendo la...
Oh shit! I don't like salami.
So cute.
The movement occurs right after the little girl refers to her new
And the
doll
mom didn't
as,
see this?
quote,
No,
lovable.
the mom apparently she was talking to her little girl, and she
un
didn't.
gato,
They
güey.
didn't see it
Lovable.
until. It's a vato.
Sure his
got a
name
bird
isn't
in it.
like
It's a cat.
Fred or Henry?
Nah, bro. I don't believe it.
Hell to
Yeah.
the no.
No,
Mom
I'm gonna
doesn't
say
even
a hard-
notice the
a
haunted
hard-
doll moving.
That's a
while
hard
filming.
no for me.
Nah, fool.
Later on, when the
You
whole
can't
family
tell
is
what it-
watching the video, she notices that a candle rolls across the counter just
The
above her
candle,
daughter's
not
head.
salami.
It's a candle. Fool. What the fuck?
Right.
A salami.
No, I thought...
Because we all eat candles, right?
Right?
Bizarre hand movement.
We all have
not
salamis in our
salami
room.
slices.
Scary video.
Nah, fool, I thought we were in modern times. I thought it was a JBL speaker.
Oiga, ¿quieres
I thought it
salami?
was a
Lo tengo en mi
B-roll.
cuarto.
JBL, bro. I thought it was a JBL.
Little beats.
This video features yet another
I thought it was a Beats pill.
Right?
Yeah.
I did. I thought it was a Beats pill.
She was pressing play. Like,
All right, look. Let me be the first one. I'm gonna jump in right now. Obviously, it sounds like we got more unanimous nay.
Super nays.
all right.
Hey.
Go for it, fool. Go.
So what I was gonna say is,
Right.
here's what I don't like about the video. Now I don't know if it's whose YouTube channel did we find this on?
This was on
the
top
charlatan?
5.
Top 5. Okay,
yeah,
so I don't know
right
if this.
here.
I don't know if this is
Nuke's
top
top
5.
five.
I don't know if this is Nuke's top 5 editing, or if that's the way the original video
I think it's editing.
came.
Right.
But the fact that the child isn't the center of the shot bothers me.
Good.
Why?
Good point. Good point. And
She's-
to add to that, I think sorry to interrupt you, but I think I know where you're going with this. It's why is it that the mom just didn't just record or film the daughter alone?
The child.
Why, yeah.
Thank
why
you.
is it
Exactly.
that they had to get that extra shot of the doll with the candle?
Well, I mean, I
Again.
don't know if that was the intention. Like, I don't think that they just.
I'm sorry,
but
man.
it could
I
be.
disagree.
I've
bro.
never
I
shot. I've
disagree.
never shot
I've
any
never
video
done that either. No one
ever.
does that.
I shoot every video of my daughter that you'll
I
ever see.
think they were just.
She's the
They
center
pulled out
of
the camera and they were just
center.
shooting a video.
Well, check it out.
No one's that stupid.
So to explain to that, that's like
Just
if
shoot out a
I
video?
were to pull out my camera and
Yeah.
I'm taking a picture of you. Why am
or
I
a
going to take a
video?
picture of you and that
then I'm
shelf
in the-
back behind you?
and then I'm in the background.
Well, I can just take a picture of you.
Exactly.
No, but the daughter is
see
in the
what I'm trying to
center of
say?
the video.
It doesn't. To me, it doesn't look like it. I
She's
mean,
not centered
I may
at
have
all,
overlooked
bro.
it, but it doesn't look centered to me.
This is
Really?
why I'm
Oh,
okay.
let's see, let's see.
Okay. This is why I'm
So
asking.
you're saying why isn't the daughter? Look, it seems like she's centered.
Bullshit. Click on it.
Mira esa madre, güey.
Click on it.
Look at it. She's
Right.
centered.
But
Yeah,
but,
but it
why
ends up the,
why are you
like-
capturing the doll? There's no need to capture the doll.
I don't think they
question-
were, but I don't think they were intending to capture the doll. They were
Okay.
just recording the video. You know, like that's the doll just so happens to be there
in the shot.
in the shot.
Another
yeah,
one.
not necessarily like.
And why would a doll be right there by the sink?
Another one.
I don't know if that I don't think
I don't
that's a
know.
single.
Like
That's just a
countertop?
dresser. That's just a
That's
dresser.
looks like
like-
a computer.
And yeah,
And I'm
I
still
thought
not
they were in the
convinced that
kitchen.
that isn't a piece of salami because it fucking looks.
You know what?
If we're gonna talk about Jay or nay, I want to know whether that's salami or not.
Jay, bro. Jay.
Jay on salami.
Jay on salami.
dog.
Jay salami.
Hey, make that into a
Hashtag.
shirt.
Nay,
Make it
it's
into a
candle.
shirt.
That's it.
That's a shirt.
Jay salami.
Jay
Jay
salami,
salami.
dog. Buy the shirts. Buy the shirts.
Buy the shirts. Buy the shirts.
Okay, so everybody still says nay, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Is
I'm
that correct?
saying nay.
Okay.
And why does she have a goth?
That's
Doll?
a living, living dead.
That's
doll.
weird.
That's neither here nor there, but
Well, okay, I'm
No,
gonna
it's
put it like
accurate.
this. I'm gonna put it like this.
Ah.
Some lame, right? Some lame brain.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna get something that looks really scary, like a living dead doll, and I'm gonna just put it right behind my daughter. Do you like it, Susie?
Yeah, that's how I see
It's
it.
kind of lame.
Salami.
oh, she was just giving her daughter a nice fucking doll.
Here, doll, hold this salami.
Salam alaikum, motherfucker.
¿Quieres salami,
Dolly,
doll?
Dolly, would you like some salami?
Oh.
Okay, all right.
There's no.
Shout out to Michael Scott.
Michael
shit.
Scott, yeah.
My
Okay, so
Yes.
an overwhelming nay on that one as well.
Yes, yes.
So
Overwhelming.
now,
Reluctantly.
so yeah, so like I said, there are stories. There are
Willing.
stories about dolls being possessed out there. You know, something that has to do with a creepy doll.
Right.
There's you know, a famous one is called Richard the Doll. If you haven't looked at it, look up Richard the Doll. You know, a
Also,
whole bunch of
Elf-
shit.
I thought it was Chucky. Fool.
Also,
Chucky, fucking Chucky. Dude,
everybody
right
out there, I need you
Shout
all
out
to
to
look
Chucky.
up Elf on a Shelf. Elf
Okay.
on a Shelf. Shit
Elf
is
on-
real.
Elf on a
Elf
Shelf.
Elf on a Shelf.
Moving.
There's also Annabelle. Annabelle is another famous.
true, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it is.
supposedly
Yeah.
really
Shout out.
did happen. You know, just
Another
a
one.
few to name of stories of dolls that were
Ooh,
possessed.
Dude, don't
Right.
forget the biggest
Another
one,
one.
Toy Story.
Toy Story.
Based on a
Another
true
one.
story.
Possessed.
Toy Story.
What about Puppet Master?
Oh.
How about
Puppet Man.
Goosebumps?
Well, actually,
Cricket.
R.L. Stein, guys?
The
Come on.
Stein.
The covers were cool.
the actual movie.
Are you scared of
Doll.
the dark?
Dolls?
Doll.
Are
There's
you
an
afraid of the
actual
dark?
movie?
Afraid of the
Doll.
Are you afraid of the dark?
Man, are you afraid of the dick?
Are you afraid of this dark?
Oh, fuck.
You got a friend in me.
You got a friend in me.
I'm your friend.
I'll put in your friend.
Oh, man. That's awful.
All right, so I
terrible.
do have
That's
a
a
few
winning.
more short
Okay.
videos to show you guys. They
Ah.
don't have to do with dolls.
Okay.
Thank you.
Other kind of hauntings, other
Okay.
kind of
Let's
different
hear it.
paranormal.
Let's check it
activity. So in this video, this is live on TV.
Okay.
Just a reminder that
in
this is
Brazil.
filmed in front of a live studio audience for those listeners that didn't know that.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody. That's,
Thank you very
that's
much.
tonight.
So this one right here is they're doing a live report for the news,
Mhm.
and something happens with the anchorman sees something on the table, and let me know what you guys think about that. And that fucking reporter right there, I don't care what you say, that fool looks like Pele. Wey.
Hi, this is Anna, and welcome to Esoteric Detective.
That's
This
racist.
is the chilling moment a TV presenter is spooked out by a glass moving across the table in front of him during a live show. Let's take a look.
Dicen por acá, aquí prohibida la pólvora. Ah, todo el mundo revienta.
Pele.
por ahí, mira. ¿Viste? Así es. ¿Viste el vaso?
What?
Freaked out, dude.
Okay,
Like,
so
"Viste,
he's
viste."
legitimately freaked out.
I'm
And-
shitting myself
okay.
right now. Did you see that?
I didn't see it move at all.
I
You
didn't
didn't
see
see
it
him
either.
move?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
really?
just went.
Okay. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back.
Vamos para atrás un poco. Vamos para atrás un poco. ¡Ay, güey!
Mira, pinche
Thousands
vaso.
witnessed the apparent
Yeah.
paranormal
Okay.
phenomenon
And
after
just to
tuning
point
into
out-
the breakfast show on Honduran
That
television.
didn't happen.
Journalist
Okay,
Carlos
that
happened?
Molina
That didn't
admitted he felt a chill go down his spine.
Skynet, bro. That's
Okay.
Skynet.
Okay.
Skynet.
Just to clarify, that is a glass table.
It is. I noticed.
It's so it can't be magnets.
Why
That's what I'm
not?
saying.
Still be magnets.
It can
No.
still be magnets.
Magnets, how
Not
do they
clear
work?
magnets.
Bullshit.
What the fuck?
Well, because you can't see underneath the table.
Well, it's also.
Pon otra vez.
I don't think
It's
it's
a
gonna be
glass,
magnets.
like a
How-
glass,
How's it gonna be
let's see it.
magnets? What is it gonna attach itself to?
Another
Put
fucking
the
magnet
glass footage.
But what's gonna attach to the glass?
inside the fucking magnet.
But who's gonna control it?
Yeah,
magnet?
and who's gonna control it?
AI.
Yeah, like this fool seems.
Skynet.
El Oscar de la olla acá.
Pelé, Oscar.
Okay, let's watch it again. Let's watch it again. Watch it.
In the mornings.
All right.
The golden boy.
Mira el vaso.
Mira, ya.
Mira el vaso. Look at the cup.
Okay.
¿Viste
All right.
el
This
bajo?
is what I'm gonna
Thousands
say to that.
witnessed the
This is what I'm gonna say to
apparent
that.
One more time.
phenomenon after
Nah,
tuning
nah,
into the breakfast show on Honduran television.
Viste.
Journalist Carlos
Viste, papá.
Molina
Viste.
admitted he
Listen
felt
to me.
¿Viste eso?
Is it
Listen-
empty?
listen
Is that
to-
glass
Look at
empty?
me.
I have
Look
this.
at me.
That's the question that I have for you, Jason. Is why is
Why are you
that
pointing to
why
it, though?
is that glass not full?
He probably finished his fucking drink.
No,
no,
You're gonna question. I'm gonna question.
No.
It's a good question. I'm not
¿Por
denying
qué
the
está
question.
vacío la
You know what there's
I'm not-
room for in that cup when it's empty?
beer?
A magnet.
Oh.
Let's look at the close-up. Well, I mean, I'm saying he probably
Nah,
finished
let's go
his
to
drink.
close-up.
There's a close-up right there. And I
Because you
don't- I don't-
couldn't
There's
tell
also room
if
for
there's
dignity.
something-
But I mean, I'm just saying.
There's no room for dignity on this show.
Okay,
No,
so
ever.
let me explain something then.
Okay.
This
Explain
is
to
a,
me.
unless this guy is in on it. If he is in on it, okay, then I agree with that.
But look at his
this-
reaction.
Yeah, exactly. His
Is it genuine?
It's
Yeah, you gotta check it
he's
out.
genuinely freaked out.
All
And
right.
in order for somebody to control that with a magnet, there
I
would
don't
have
know.
to be somebody under that table, and he would be able to see that person.
News anchors are really good actors.
Yes.
Well, that's true.
That's a
true.
good point.
And that's why I'm saying, if he's in on it, okay, that makes sense.
He's a really good actor then.
Look, but look.
I don't know about Pelé though.
But let's check out his reaction. Look at his reaction.
Coge el vaso.
¿Viste?
¿Viste?
Thousands witnessed the apparently paranormal phenomenon after tuning into the breakfast show on Honduran television. Journalist Carlos Molina admitted he felt a chill go down his spine seconds before the glass slid across the table as the mystery deepened last night, sparking fears the studio was haunted. The bizarre moment occurred as Carlos helped present the morning news on a
Haunted.
Haunted.
You guys making fun of her accent?
Hat to look.
Hot dog.
I love accents.
Yeah.
Okay,
If
so
I could make sweet love to an okay, let's just go around the
let's
table
just
real quick.
accent the hell out
If
of
you
this.
had to, no.
I think it'd be Scottish for me.
Oh.
You'd want to have a Scottish accent
Yes.
forever and a day.
Mhm.
fucking Scottish.
Ah.
Like Sean
Scottish.
Sean
Sean
Corley.
I'll give it a good fuck.
Sean Co-
I'm gonna give it a good-
Ooh,
Sean
that's
Corley.
good. Yeah, that's
Give it a
good.
good fuck.
That's
Shout out.
lovely. That's lovely.
Okay.
I'm gonna venture to say that Widow has no option and to have a Mexican accent no matter what he does.
I don't
Is
think
that
so
right?
either, yeah.
Okay,
I
but
can, I can try whatever I can. It's always
Boyle Heights.
let me be Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's deep, dog.
No matter how hard I drank.
damn, dog.
What's up, fool?
Hey, what's up, dog?
That does sound like Arnold. Yes.
What's up,
That
dog?
shit sounds like Arnold for sure.
It's like
what's up, dog?
Get into
What's up,
the
dog?
hey, get into the chopper, fool.
It's like
Get to the Honda, dog. Get to my Civic.
Hey, get into the Prelude, fool.
98, son.
Two-door.
98.
Two-door.
Make sure it's two-door.
And one speaker in the back, like it's all like.
That's it. House. Blasting house. Boom, boom, boom. There you go, dog.
Yeah, that's what
Hell yeah.
The cup, shit.
Oh,
Ah,
my God.
yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's good.
Oh my God.
Good material.
Yeah, honestly. You guys,
All right,
you
back
guys
to
are
the
great.
glass.
Okay.
Fuck that.
Back to the glass. Fuck that glass.
Fuck
that
that
glass.
glass.
Why is it empty?
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
I don't like that it's empty.
Cannibal
Yeah,
corpse.
that's it.
All right. Yeah.
All right. All right.
I'm
so
out.
Power of metal.
I think his reaction is genuine. He could be in on it though.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
agree.
I'm saying.
But I still call it fake.
Anchors are actors.
Okay.
Paid actors to tell people things that they want us to believe. They have to believe the bullshit they give
Right.
us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So in this particular stint, I don't know what country this is in. What country is this?
I think
Viste.
they're
I
speaking in
believe
Spanish,
it's
so
at,
it's
Honduran.
Somewhere
They're-
in South
they want
Africa,
ratings.
South
Shout out
America,
Honduras.
fool.
They want ratings. They want ratings.
Ecuador, güey.
Yeah. Shout out. Every single Hondureño I've ever met in my life is angry as fuck. All of them.
Oh yeah.
They have a right to be
Oh,
mad.
that's
They have a right.
racist.
They're so mad.
Racist.
In my experience,
Viste.
like the 2 or 3 that I know,
It's okay.
were pretty pissed. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're all upset. I don't know why.
Conspiracy, dog.
Okay. So everybody, nay then.
Nay,
Hey,
nay.
wait.
Nay, el carnal.
Magneto, dog.
Nay, da.
Oh,
Viste. Nay,
by the
fool.
way,
Oh,
just
yo.
I'm gonna throw this right. I saw a video and it was
That's
for
cool.
Infinity War.
Okay.
All right. Have you guys all watched Infinity War?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
You have?
Mhm.
Yes.
I mean,
Okay.
you
No,
know,
I haven't.
whatever.
If you haven't watched it by now, that's your fucking problem.
I
So I'm
think
gonna say it anyway.
I think I saw
All
it.
right.
Yeah.
So my point is this: is that in that Marvel universe, I find it funny that no one ever introduced Magneto. Right? They didn't introduce him into Infinity War, and
Not yet.
how easy would
Well,
it be for him to shut that whole
all
program
that shit
down?
Oh.
There was a cute video. It's an 8-bit video, actually. I think Dre, you would love that shit if you found it. It's an 8-bit video.
I jerked off to it.
Yeah,
Nice.
you would.
Oh.
Angel.
And so in this video, it just shows Magneto shutting down all villains because everybody has some sort of metal
Yeah. Okay, that
or
makes sense.
something
Right,
on
right,
them, and he just shut everything down.
Oh yeah. so
Thanos, even Thanos, right?
would
Like that,
be-
that
yeah,
gauntlet,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that gauntlet
It's not
is
plastic.
metal.
It's not
So that dude just snatched it
eco-friendly.
right off his arms, and he's like, "Ah, shit."
GTA.
Hey, can I have it back?
A fool. A fool.
Hey, fool.
I do have a quick question.
Give me that
so
shit.
to piggyback off of that, so, and I may have I read this somewhere, but I'm not too quite sure. So the most powerful, I know we're not on this topic, but the most powerful, I guess, superhero in the Marvel universe
Mutant
is who is it? You guys know?
The most
Not
powerful.
really sure.
The most
in
powerful,
Marvel?
most strongest. To
Is
me,
it-
from
would
what I
it be
read, no.
Dark Phoenix?
And anybody listening, please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, man,
From what
come
I
on.
read, it was Deadpool.
Deadpool.
And
Deadpool?
but there's a reason why, because there's this
Okay,
actual
could you
series
regenerate?
of comic books of Deadpool where they prove that he ends up being the most powerful superhero of the whole Marvel universe. I don't know if that's true. Maybe I misread it, but I thought maybe one of you guys would know.
I thought it was fucking. No. It might be Deadpool.
That's just an alternate
No,
reality.
I would have. I
maybe.
mean, I guess what it ends up being is a matter of you know,
Like timeline?
nah, I would say even like
Storyline.
it's up to a certain point. It's like kind of like, you know, opinion, like on who's the strongest. Like
'Cause, I
the
mean, he
story
has-
can unfold in different ways, right?
Well, yeah,
Wolverine?
but that's why
Wolverine?
it had its own separate series.
Yeah,
I thought
you
it was
know.
Wolverine though. For
Yes.
some reason.
I
thought
don't
it was
know.
Because there's
Wolverine.
there's
I lost
stories
track of
where
that.
Deadpool kills everyone in Marvel.
Yes,
and
there,
then there's
that's the
stories
reason.
where,
That's the reason. Because he kills
Wolverine or Logan kills everyone.
He
in the-
comes out of the
True.
comic books
Yeah.
and kills
So
the
it would be a
writers.
battle
Yes.
between those two. That would be
Yeah.
fucking dope.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Oh,
nerd- nerd chat.
didn't it
I love
happen?
It did happen.
It did
actually.
happen, right?
Right.
Technically,
right? Yeah.
Okay.
Where
We don't talk about that though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was a dream.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
All the dream. I used to read Hip Hop Magazine. Oh, my bad.
There you go. So
That's
Jimmy, you're
crazy.
right.
My fault,
It
my
comes
fault,
to
my
it comes down to timeline.
I used to eat sardines for dinner.
All right, here's a question that I'm just gonna throw out since
Yeah.
we're talking about that,
Okay.
right? Like, I think I've asked you guys before, but let's
Alright.
just ask our guests. You know, if you had a superpower, any superpower, what superpower would you like?
Oh man.
Which
that's a
one
good
would you
question.
have? Personally, I've always chosen the ability to morph. I would
Nice.
love to be other people. You're telling me that it wouldn't be badass to be Matthew McConaughey for one day?
All right.
Right,
Dude, I
right.
would
So
fuck a
when
lot.
is this just physical form or everything about that form? Like, if you're gonna be Matthew McConaughey, are you gonna adapt to his voice too, or
I would have
Yeah,
to.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
I would
That
have
makes
to.
sense?
Yeah.
Everything.
Okay,
So
everything.
here's the one thing that I don't get with morphing. I wouldn't absorb someone's like superpowers. I would only be just like Mystique, right? I would only be able to be like them.
Yeah, but what if
look like them?
What if you morphed into Matthew McConaughey and he has like a little ass dick?
I'm fucking.
Well, you'll find out.
I'm gonna find out.
Take pictures of it, dog.
You know what I'm saying?
Is.
Like,
post it.
He'll either have like
McConaughey.
a little ass dick or a fucking third leg.
Either way, I'm doing it. Just to be someone else for a minute, like I'm down.
Okay,
bro.
that makes sense.
Cool. So
and if I find a life I like, I'm killing that motherfucker, and I'm being them forever.
Okay,
that's a fact.
That is a good one, dog.
I'm gonna take them out.
Ooh, like Mike Tyson.
Period. I just want to say I'm blessed.
Yes.
With this life that God has given me.
He owns a pot farm now. Tyson Farms.
Does
he?
Tyson?
Yeah.
Does that have pigeons?
for him.
Did he
He's in
text
the
you this
cannabis.
and tell
It's
us?
gonna be
pigeons?
a
Baby,
resort.
this is amazing. You should see it.
My pigeons are so happy.
It's gonna be a resort. It's gonna open in 2021.
They're kissing all.
Open in a resort.
They're just kissing all the time. I'm happy.
Hey man,
This is
if
the
he ever
happiest I've
listens to
ever
this
been.
and gets mad,
Shout
he's
out,
gonna
no
fuck
man.
all of us
He
up.
is a fucking awesome guy, man.
Punch me in the
I
face.
know we're
That's
trailing
the
off,
interview.
but what he had a documentary not too long ago.
I think
Uh-huh.
so.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is the shit.
Yeah.
His whole life has
No,
been
dude,
insane.
talented individual.
Yes, very much so.
Very,
Now he
very
kissing
skillful
ass.
fighter.
Watching
and-
him play with his tigers when he was younger.
Watching him
is
play with his
incredible.
penis.
Shit, dude.
Yeah, I'm down.
But he was a great fighter, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Definitely.
Insane. Insane in his prime.
I think he
Did
he
porn?
started like at 15, dude, and he
At a
was
young
already
age.
he was
No, 12.
already fucking.
He was on Rogan.
Yeah, he was.
All right.
Yeah, he was.
Okay, cool.
Well, you know what? I think that wraps it up for today.
Wow, that.
Thank-
Whoa.
That flew by fast.
Yeah, it was
really
really,
fast.
really quick.
Oh,
dude.
it was the technical difficulty.
It was the technical.
That's what it
difficulty.
was.
We were down for it.
I'll
Sorry about
apologize,
that,
guys. That was me.
There was too
Ah,
much.
fucking
There
went.
was
God
too
damn
much
it.
big dick energy in
Too
this
much
room.
big
Big
energy.
dick energy. That's.
The man didn't like it and we
Wow.
shut it down.
You need a minimum of 15 servers.
But
Yeah,
you know what?
send
Honestly,
just do it.
I want to thank you guys for coming on the show. We really appreciate
thank you for
guys.
having us,
No,
man.
thank you
Thank you.
guys. Seriously.
Yeah, seriously, yeah.
Hey
You
guys,
are
real
fucking-
quick, where can we find you on the Instagrams or Twitters, anything like that? Like, where could I find you, Colchon, if I was looking
I
for you
do
there?
have a social media platform, Match.com. I actually don't. It's the Harmony.
They took you down.
I only have Instagram, and I believe you guys already tagged me on there.
All
It's Colchon something. But that's really the only place where you can find me.
Tell me
There
how
it
to
is.
pronounce that because I've always thought it was Colchonies.
It's Colchon.
Ah.
Colchon underscore
Colchon.
IES.
Yes.
Oh,
Colchon.
pardon.
All right.
Widow, how about you down there? Where can we find you?
Same in Instagram, Güero Isma. But
Güero
you should follow
Isma.
Colchon though.
I like
There it
that. Actually,
You know why?
small
Because Colchon be blowing me up.
small disclaimer: if you follow one, you might as well fucking follow the
follow
other.
both.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
They do the cutest shit on their Instagram stories. Let me tell you.
I mean, you order a
funny.
burger, you want fries.
Hey.
Absolutely. No, I want to shake with all of that.
Well, thank you guys for joining us. Of course, you could also
Come on,
find us
Colchon.
on Facebook at official JAG Show.
Subscribe. We're
Yeah.
almost
Like and
500.
subscribe.
Oh yeah!
please.
Also
Guys,
subscribe
absolutely.
on our Super Audio Network YouTube channel. Just hit that subscribe button, that like button. Yeah, like I said, find us on Facebook at officialjagshow.com, on Instagram at officialjagshow, and on Twitter as well at officialjagshow.
Disclaimer, folks, please. We're trying to get to 100 views by our 100th episode.
Hey.
Dated by
Yeah.
St. Patty's Day.
Oh yeah!
Help us get to our goal.
Thank
we
you
need
for
100
tuning
views
in.
on this episode.
St. Patty's
Thank
100.
you.
100.
I want the
Only
ability to fly.
Jimmy's gonna
That's
show
my
his
special
tits.
power.
Titties!
Today's only on the Super Audio Network, the JAG Show. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you guys.
We appreciate
Thank
it.
you guys.
On the